Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Yuan Dira. I'm 5th semester student of English Education Department at Islamic State University Sultan Syarif Kasim Riau. I make this video to fulfill my assignment of Research and Development with Sir Dumardi SPD MED. And then in this occasion, I'm gonna to explain about the multidimensional measurement and factor analysis. So happy watching! In reality, abilities such as informal or formal in the context of teaching and learning relate to multidimensional concepts. That is, concept made up of a number of variables. Multidimensional scalings, on the other hand, is a way of analyzing judgments of similarity between such variables. In order that the dimensionality of these judgments can be assessed. Bennett and Bowers, 1977. According to the McGuire, elementary linkage analysis is one way of exploring the relationship between the teacher-personal contracts, that is, of assessing the dimensionality of the judgment that the teacher makes about his or her pupils. It seeks to identify and define the clustering of certain variables within a set of variables, like factor analysis, which we illustrate. Elementary linkage analysis searches the interrelated groups of correlation coefficient. Factor analysis is a method of grouping together variables which have something in common. It's a process which enables the researcher to take a set of variables and reduce them to a smaller number of underlying factors which account for as many variables as possible. It detaches structure and commonalities and the relationship between variables. Thus, it enables research to identify where different variables in the fact are addressing the same underlying concept. For example, one variable could measure somebody's height in centimeters. Another variable could measure the same person's height in inches. The underlying factor that unites both variables is height. It is a latent factor is that indicated by the two variables. Factor analysis can take two main forms: exploratory factor analysis and confirmatory factor analysis. The former refers to the use of factor analysis, principal components analysis in particular, to explore previously unknown groupings of variables, to seek underlying patterns, clusterings, and groups. By the contrast, confirmatory factor analysis is more stringent, testing a found set of factors against an hypothesis model of groupings and relationships. The section introduced the most widely used form of factor analysis, principal components analysis. The analysis here uses SPSS output, as it is the most commonly used way of undertaking principal components analysis by educational research. According to the Keefe and Selin, multilevel modeling, also known as multilevel regression, is a statistical method that recognizes that it is uncommon to be able to assign students in school randomly, to control experimental groups, or indeed to conduct an experiment that requires an intervention with group while maintaining a control group. Multilevel modeling addresses the fact that unless it can be shown the different groups of students are in fact alike, it is generally inappropriate to aggregate groups of students or data for the purpose of analysis. Data and variables exist at individual and groups level. Indeed, the Keefe and Selin break down analysis further into three main levels: between student overall group, between groups, and between students within groups. And the last is cluster analysis, where factor analysis and elementary linkage analysis is enable the research to group together factors and variables. Cluster analysis enables the research to group together similar and homogeneous subsample of people. This is the best approach through software package such as SPSS, and we illustrate this here. SPSS create a dendrogram of results, grouping and regrouping groups until all the variables are embraced. Using this analysis enables the research to identify important groupings of people in the post-hoc analysis, not setting up the grouping and subgrouping at the stage of sample design, but after the data have been gathered. Well, yeah, I think it's enough for my explanation about the multidimensional measurement and factor analysis. Thank you so much. Sorry for all my mistake. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.